What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. I have a very special guest today on my show. A lot of you guys don't know. It's probably one of the first cats that I met in YouTube. I may have had three videos up, maybe 3 subscribers, and he said to me, new you, he said to me, new YouTuber, you speak the truth. You know what I mean? So anyway, introduce yourself, man.
What's good, people? It's your boy PETER547. How y'all doing?
Yeah, all right. Hold on one second, my damn self. Hold on one second, Peter. Hold up.
Yeah, it's all right.
Let me fix my screen. Hold up. One second. Hold up. I got a special show for you guys today. We're gonna have some fun. We got some fun. Some films are gonna get hurt. Hold on one second. I got you. Okay, we back. Okay, we just talk. Okay, you did, bro?
Bye.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, go sit down, Maya. Go sit down. Take a sip and go sit down. Your daddy gonna do a show. I got a special guest today. All right, there you go. Go sit down and take a chili pill. All right. Like I said, I was just talking about. We just having small talk. You know what I mean? And how should I say? We're just having some small talk behind the scenes. There's one thing about your boy. You know, I got a sense of humor. I don't have hate in my heart for anybody. Hate is such a hard word, you know what I mean? I don't hate anybody, but I think a lot of people, well, as far as, like I said, a lot of subscribers, I think a lot of times you subscribers, you know, get caught up in the hype sometimes and don't really understand the undertones and sometimes what really goes on behind the scenes. You know, like you may think that Hard Eight, and I'm not talking about him, like, or whatever, you think he may have a problem with Dr. Trey's, and like I did before I became, how you say, quote unquote, part of this, in the crowd before I just sit off and said, fuck everybody, do my own thing. You know, I'm like, damn, you know, it was some WWE shit. Like, damn, when I first did, I'm like, damn, he just did a video about him dissing him out, told him to suck the dick, but now they in the fucking Skype call together singing Kumbaya. You know what I mean? So I had to get used to that shit right there, you know what I mean? And, like I say, it is. I just explained something to Peter behind the scenes if he didn't know, you know, as far as with me, but even with the, with me and my, so you say, quote unquote, $12,000 PC. You know, I think a lot of you guys that don't know me got caught up in the hype and saying, I don't know if you guys are saying, you know, can't afford it, or, like I said, it is what it is. Like, just know that I'm okay financially, and, you know, and if I do show, when I do show, and people, like, you know, it's like, you act like motherfuckers have never seen my PC, but when I do show, if I choose to show my shit, it's when I want to, not because I had to, not because some motherfuckers in the attic with motherfucking bananas for teeth, you know, collapsing all that shit. Like, you can't bully me. That shit don't bother me. All he had to do was buy the motherfucking cards, meet me in the Skype, when I told him, again, this last time I'm going to mention this, because somebody just sent me something just now. The reason why I'm, you know, going over it, you know, somebody just sent me something in my inbox. All I said with the bond was buy the cards. I wish if I will buy, hey, listen, but buy the cards, that was the bet. Buy me 3 $150 Xbox Live point cards. If it means that much to you that you're obsessing over my property, I'm gonna get and have fun with it. Buy the cards, and I will show you my PC in the Skype call. Whatever the case may be, I'll let you see my rig. And, you know, I said, if I don't show you my rig, then I will intend to turn around and give you $300, and I will close my YouTube channel down. And he totally ignored that and said, fuck what you talking about. I'm going to do a whole bunch collapse, and that didn't bother me. And I didn't even spell the word. John Doe made a mistake. Like, it was just like, you know what I mean? Like I said, sometimes it was funny for shits and giggles, and then until I realized this guy really has a problem. Like, this motherfucker really lives in assisted living. You know what I mean? And then you, like I said, you know, and I'm sorry, this is not what this show is about today. We have a very special show today, but somebody just sent me some dumb shit in my inbox, and I say, why I'm finding out. Some people may not know. How you say ignorance is bliss, you know what I mean? And even the thing with BG, with the homosexuality, that's not nothing that I made up. Like, come on, like, I'm a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? You know, and I think, and again, and Peter, I'm not trying to get you involved in no shit. Peter has nothing to do with this hashtag. This is me talking. I think Shokia was dead ass wrong with the accused this man, Antonio Holmes. I don't know if you know him, Peter, but accuses him. Do you even know Antonio Holmes? Do you know him?
He's a faggot.
Oh, all right, well, fine, fucking. I'm saying whatever. You know, to even accuse this man of being a troll. I never seen that man troll anybody a day in my life. Can you contest to that? Is this man a troll? I'm just letting you know what I read. You know, I'm just letting you know what I read, you know, about the letter that I read between those two. You know what I mean? Like, I just thinking today was funny as hell. Like, I just throw this man on the bus. Like, I can care less if he's a homosexual. And you said, why would you do it? Because, like I said it again, like, when I say I really don't fuck with nobody, and you only see the outlets of me, you know, snapping back at these jokers. These motherfuckers have whole, and you could probably contest to this, have whole fucking Skype calls dedicated to me and my child. You know what I mean? It ain't just me just coming off and just saying a whole bunch of dumb shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's the truth. You know
they just mind fucked over the $12,000 PC. Yeah, they just upset because you won't show it to them.
Yeah, you know, but you know, it's crazy. Like there's many things I can lie about. Like that's nothing. And again, like you motherfuckers, man, I just did a video even before this shit blew up. I just did a video before I bought my first rig. I had like 37 fucking grand on me. You know what I mean? Just fucking making fun of Dr. Trey. And again, they acted the same way over my first build. The only reason you guys here in YouTube land didn't hear about it because my channel wasn't as big. Okay, go sit down. Thank you, boo-boo. You know, they didn't, you know, just that my channel wasn't as, not saying I have a huge channel, it's that I'm more known, you know, my brand, what you want to call it, is more known than I was about a year and a half ago. It was the same thing with these jealous hate motherfuckers. Okay, go sit down. Thank you, boo-boo. But anyway, enough of that weirdo shit. Okay, I just didn't make this man nothing about that man. That's what this man told me and what I read. And the reason why I went to that man again, because Shokyo told me out of his mouth that he was a homo fucking sexual. That's what started the whole fucking thing, okay? And it's like come on, like, think about it. Like, come on, like, so a lot of motherfuckers, I was come up and say somebody's gay, and I'm not even saying the guy is gay. I just know what the fuck I read. You know what I mean? It was, you know what I mean? Fun, but fucking enough of that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sorry, I just had a fucking, how you say, collapse hashtag? I just had a fucking, somebody just sent me some dumb shit on my inbox. Go sit down. Thank you, baby. Go sit down. Go here, take this. Go sit down. Daddy about to do an interview.
I bet that dude is a retard.
Yeah, I don't know, but you know what I mean? I just think that, you know, that, like, they like I'm lying, like, who the fuck is Antonio Holmes? And, like, come on, using it to, like, y'all, like, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I'm done with it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And shout out to Broken Games. Like, I don't even give a fuck. You know, my only problem with him, he said some weird shit about me molesting my daughter. Like, that's not nothing to play with, man. Like, I don't even play like that. They ain't no humor. And I'm telling niggas, if you said I ever watched any type of, I'm a convicted fucking felon. If you niggas thought I was on some freak shit, so you say, quote unquote, why you niggas still invite me to Skype calls and want to play games? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, your audio ain't matching your visual. Like, knock it the fuck off. That's not even something to play with. Like I said, you know, niggas claiming to be, you know, hard and going to jail and prison, all that shit. That ain't even something that you play with. You know what I mean? If you felt though I was on some weirdo shit, on some fucking homosexual shit, why you niggas still want to hang out in Skype calls? You know what I mean? You know understand what I'm saying, Peter? Like, you know, like, stop it. I don't see the humor. Somebody was taking advantage of a child. There's nothing funny about that, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, enough of that shit. On to today's video. We got a great video today. I'm already, how many minutes? And I'm sorry. And I'm in here fussing and cussing and gun busting. PETER547. Like I said, you were the first ones that invited me invited me into this community. You left a positive comment on my channel. You know what I mean? Like I said, I remember you it probably surprised you that I remember what you said to me. Because that's like the first positive comment that I got. Like, you know what I mean? It meant a lot to me back then. Like, you know, I said, damn, maybe I can do this. But anyway, today is an important day for you. You know what I mean? You want to tell people what's going on with you? Why is it such an important day for you?
Well, I pretty much got rid of the PS4. I exchanged it on Craigslist for the Xbox One. And to be real, like, Sony is dog shit. Like, I was tired of the indie games. You know, there was also all these remasters. You know what I'm saying? Like The Last of Us, God of War Ascension. Like, I bought a next-gen console to play last-gen games. Like, come on.
Yo, okay.
You know?
All right, so
you know what I'm saying?
People did know you did have a PS4,
right? Yeah, and I had a PS4. Not like some of y'all.
Yeah.
Sony fuckboys who don't even own a PS4.
Okay. So so you did own a PS4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and what do you have, a PS4 and a Wii U?
Well, I had it at the time.
Okay. All right.
That's what I had.
Because I remember me going back and forth with you around E3, and you was on the fence. You know, like that's like this nigga flip flopper, man. This motherfucker. And I was telling him, you know, like some people again get caught up in the whole Connect thing, until you truly use the motherfucker. Like honestly, it's like and
I'm gonna be real. I was one of those people.
I know you were.
Who was, you know, like, who was shitting on Connect.
Yeah.
But guess what? Connect, if you guys use it, wow, it's phenomenal. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know, especially
Way better than the PS camera, by the way.
yeah. You know, what like I said, a lot of people hate to say ignorance is bliss. A lot of people. Like I said, they fear what they don't understand, hate what they can't conquer. I guess it's just the theory of man. The Xbox One is a monster. But no, but listen, it's like if you're playing to whatever you play, Call of Duty, anything, and man, you do the dopest shit ever. Like you know, sometimes like, damn, I wish I can save this record. All you gotta say is Xbox.
Xbox record that,
and automatic, you got that clip right there for the rest of your life. If you show a nigga up, you watch a nigga up in 2K or Madden or anything like this. You know, like, oh my God, everybody has had an oh my God type moment when you're playing it, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Call of Duty, anything. All you got to say is Xbox record that. Not only is it always yours, you can always go back and look at it and edit it and do all types of shit with it. All your friends on your timeline, you know, sees it also. Like I said, the Xbox One, how should I say this? And I don't want to always come out like I'm a spokesman, you know what I mean? And I'm going to say this. Look, prime example, okay? Peter, and I just want to clear the airways, okay? Yesterday, I did a video about Icy Rhythms, and the reason it wasn't me to, even though like I said, and I even have my issues with him. And again, it's not even about no console shit. He said some child molest. There's nothing. I don't see the humor in that. So when you start saying shit like that, I'm a man before anything. I'm a father. You know what I mean? There's nothing funny about that. If you want to say something about me, attack me. Say whatever you want to say about me. Or, you know, don't involve much, you know, like that's, you know, like stop it. Talk about my grandmother, whatever. But I don't like that's some weirdo shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm a convicted felon. You know what I mean? So like I said, if there's any proof, like all these motherfuckers call the motherfucking police. Like ain't nothing funny about that shit. If anybody thinks that's funny to insinuate that whatever, like, you know, it is what it is. But I'm not even going to get in that. But anyway, the video I did yesterday about Icy Rhythm, I think it went over a lot of you guys' head. And I wasn't attacking Icy Rhythm because he didn't like. I didn't even attack him. I didn't call him a name. I made up calling him a name, making funny and something, whatever. But this all shit. But I was saying, you know, the reason why I say I don't watch his videos. A lot of times people call, like, did you see such and such video? And like I heard Seventh Level got a video about me. I'm not subscribed to his channel. You know, go figure. But I don't give a fuck. But and you say, you know, and people think it's for personal reasons. Like what I say about Icy Rhythms. Well, here's my thing. Not to call him a hypocrite. You guys remember when I used to bash the Wii U or whatever? Not bash it, but I went out and bought the motherfucker day one. You know what I'm saying? I was voicing my concerns, you know, or how I felt about the system. You understand what I'm saying? So why am I watching Icy Rhythms content, or all he talks about are next generation consoles, and he doesn't even own one, has not played one, has any intentions of buying one. You understand what I'm saying? So what? Yeah. That's what that video was about. It wasn't the fact that he didn't like the Xbox. I can give a fuck what he like. I don't care. I've never did a video about somebody anyone's purchases up here. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. He like act like everybody that dishes the Xbox One. I go up and, you know, I don't pull a Dr. Trey. Shout out that dude. When somebody makes a bad video, but for real, when somebody makes that's what we call him, Dr. Damage Control. When somebody makes a bad video about Nintendo or some bad Nintendo news, he fires up the camera and go out there and try to, you know, and dispel
damage control it. Yeah.
No, and honestly, I swear to God on my mother, he said that to me before. You know, we spoke. I said, Jay, why do you always feel the need? Like I said, me and Trey, not to say, you know, he did some function, he owed me some money. Me and Trey used to be okay. You know, we used to communicate, you know, troll the fuck out of each other. But not till he pulled, you know, I didn't expect that, you know, I thought he would be a man of his word. And it's not about the 50s. That's not a lot of money. I can wipe my ass for $50 if I choose to. It's just, you know, you're a man. Like, we're men. We're not two little ass kids. You in your 30s, I'm in my 30s. You know, and you came to me with a bet, and it's to pull some weirdo shit. Like, that's corn, that's sucker shit. But anyway, I said to him, like, why is the need that you, like, even too, I'm saying it might have been hard, but I know I said it to him too. Like, why do you feel the need to always go out there and, you know, defend the Nintendo or whatever the case may be? Even though I do have a primarily a pro Microsoft channel, I don't go out there. People make bad fucking, how you say, bad, fucking Xbox videos all day.
Xbox One.
You don't see me out that motherfucking damn. Like, I don't, like, you know what I mean? It's not my job. Microsoft doesn't pay me for that. You know what I mean? But you guys get mad at me because I don't believe in what you, but you want me to hate something or not like it. It's okay with me. I didn't have a problem with DM and all that shit, but you know what I mean? So that's what that video was about. So if you go by and you listen to it, that's why I'm saying I don't watch Icy Rhythms channel. And I said, maybe a lot of people may feel the same way I feel. That's what I'm saying. He got about 10,000 subscribers and he barely gets 2,000 views. I wasn't taking a shot at him. I'm not saying my channel was bigger than him. I'm not even saying I get more views than him. That's what that was about. Then he came back saying I have him blocked. I have you blocked, sir, because you blocked me. That's why I turned around and blocked you back. But that's neither here nor there. I'm sorry, Peter. This is your day today. Enough of my shit, okay? Now, you got the Xbox One. Now, you
Yeah.
bought the PS4. Now, let's be honest. What did you like about the PS4?
Um. Well, I
Be honest.
mean,
Give it to me. What did you like
at
about it?
first, it
Yeah.
was cool. Like, well, pretty much PlayStation Live was the only entertaining thing that the console had, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But like, regarding games, like, there's really nothing there. Just indie games. Like, the game that I enjoyed the most was it was an indie game. It was
Oh,
a retail game. Resogun.
yeah, Resogun is nice. If you
Yeah,
guys,
that and Mercenary Kings.
if
Like
you
then after that, like
if you guys own a PS4,
the PS4 was just collecting dust.
well, okay. See, no, you
You
know
know?
what, Peter, and I'm saying, if you don't know, guys know you're probably more or less more of a Nintendo type guy. And
Yeah.
but when I say the same, see, here's the thing with me, and not that I care, I say a lot of, I say a lot of the same thing, but when I say it, they come as me hating Sony or me being a Sony hater. I bought the PS4 day one. Go back to my channel after they announced, the next generation console at E3. I was there day one in the store, pre-ordering two PS4s. You know what I mean? I'm a gamer at the end of the day. I don't get caught up, even though I do prefer the Xbox. I don't
Mm.
get caught up in this brand. Here it is. Like Icy said, that is a nice game, but it's not enough to make me. I don't do that. If somebody got a good game, I don't even
Yeah.
give a fuck if it's Nintendo. If somebody got a hot game or whatever the case may be, I'm there. You know what I mean? That's just me. I don't do that. You know what I mean? Like where I'm
Mhm.
from, we don't bang on consoles. I do it here for shits and giggles, because it's funny. Sometimes it still amazes me if Nintendo or Sony got something hot. My boys, we on the PlayStation. If Xbox got something hot, we on the Xbox. You know what I mean? But so, did you tell me what your thoughts about Sunset Overdrive? What do you feel about that in your heart of hearts?
Amazing. That game, like it destroys Infamous.
Yo, you know what?
It
It's
really
crazy.
destroys
I did.
Infamous. And I'm not taking shots at Sony's game. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
For what we've seen this far, it is a nice looking game.
Yeah.
I said that, like Microsoft. Hey, to be all honesty, you know what I mean. And I will give Sony their props. To me, as far as Sony, they had a bigger diversity. If I'm using it right, a more of a better, how you say, a bigger catalog of different genres of games. Okay, that
Mhm.
so that's what Microsoft was lacking. They didn't have too many great one-player games. Story-driven and all that stuff. You know what I mean. So I'm hoping this generation, what they said they're looking to aim to do. Now, fucking Sunset Overdrive looks amazing. If you guys haven't
Yep.
seen it, what's crazy? When I said that, I did a video. Again, this video's community so fucked up. I did a video, saying, hey, Insomniac, great looking game. He said, well, next gen, you're such a hypocrite because that's a kitty looking game. You run around with a shotgun blowing shit head off. Ain't nothing kitty about that right there. You know what I mean? Just because of the art style, Like I said, I don't care for Nintendo games, and that's just me. What I eat don't make nobody shit. I have far outgrown. This is me. The way I
Mhm.
feel. I don't do the Mario Karts, and I don't do that. I'm not knocking those who may like it. You know what I mean? I don't care for. I don't like. Come on, we all will play a Mario game. It's not. It's not. Let's stop it. Who the fuck won't play a Mario game? That's just like I don't give a fuck how old you are. We all will go back and play a Mario game. But it doesn't hold my interest long enough to make me want to complete a Mario game. Nintendo, when I hit my and Peter, this one I want to tell you this, and maybe you guys may understand with Nintendo. Nintendo games don't have any dialogue. They don't have storylines. You know what I'm saying? Like how long is not saying they don't have a story, but how long have Zelda been around here and this motherfucker Link can't hold a conversation yet?
Forever.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Like there's no, it's the same shit. Go to
Yeah,
the
I'm not gonna lie. I wish Nintendo made new IPs.
That's another
that
thing.
that would be good also.
Yo, that's another thing, brother Pete. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, it's the same shit since, bro, I was in the 4th grade, I believe 87, 88, when I got my NES. It was probably 87 or 86, I'm sorry. And I got the Super Mario. It's the same shit, Excite Bike, Kid Icarus, the same IPs since I was a kid, I hope, what you call that shit? What you call that shit?
Ads, yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Check it out, bro. Now you take what's that? The other one was called Xenoblade, right?
Xenoblade.
All
Yeah.
right. Now check this shit out. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. You take Xenoblade, and arguably Nintendo fans will say that's the best game ever, right? They will jumping up and down, right? But the game barely sold. The Wii sold what 100 million units, and Xenoblade barely sold 1 million copies. You understand what I'm saying? So they
Yeah.
jump up and down saying Xenoblade is the dopest shit ever, but nobody went out and bought the first one. I remember 7th Level did a video back in the day. Was it in the video? Was it in a Skype call or something? Making fun of the Black Baron because he didn't own Xenoblade. Then Black Baron, his black ass, burned the motherfucker from GameFly. He just showed the motherfucking disc with his finger in the disc and shit. You know what I mean? And 7-Eleven was riding him about that shit. He got the motherfucker from GameFly. You remember that shit, though? That's when I first like.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, I was like, damn. You know, and he's like, they won. I never played, you know, the Xenoblade thing. You know, I just do. I'm a graphics, so I'm sorry, but it is what it is. So that's my biscuit. Let me ask you a question, and I'm not going to just put on so much about Nintendo. You still got your Wii U, right? You're rocking strong. You're not going to keep it. You keep it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep both Wii U and Xbox One.
Okay, well,
like
cool.
About Sony, I'm not gonna get a PS4 ever again.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question. So with the Wii U, now your Wii U. Let me ask you a question. All right, now you bought the Wii. You're buying the Wii U, right? And you got a Wii U. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have.
Can you see as a Nintendo fan as the Wii U being your only primary console?
No.
Okay. All right, now let me flip the question. Now you just got the Xbox One. I know it's new, but you know that's why I say you guys third party is important. Can you see yourself just owning the Xbox One if you didn't have the money to own a Wii U? You know, do you think you'll be missing something if you didn't own a Wii U? Because just being real, like you played Mario, you played Mario Kart, you played Smash Bros. You know what I mean? Do you think you really be missing something? Be missing a generation that, you know? Do you think like, damn, I didn't play the last one, I missed out. You know what I mean? Do you think you'll be fucked up like that?
Well,
just be honest. You know what I mean?
It depends. Like it really depends. Well, honestly, like I'll just have both of them. That's how I am.
No, I'm just saying. But no, if you couldn't afford,
if I couldn't afford it, then I'll stay with the Xbox One.
That's right.
Pretty much. Because the Xbox One, it offers, you know, the third party,
which is important. Am I right?
Yeah, it's important.
Okay.
You know, that's part of the reason why the Wii U is struggling to sell, because it doesn't have not many games come out. Yeah. You know.
So yeah, you know, that's a big misconception, and I try to get some real Nintendo fans on my channel. Like, you know, I was calling Levelhead out. It was crazy. He said he was calling me out last year. He wanted to debate me. I'm not trying to debate anybody. I'm just trying to understand the psyche of a true Nintendo fan. You are a true Nintendo fan. It is what it is. So I'm asking you, like, you know what I mean, like, and they're saying, well, you know, Nintendo's never had. That's bullshit. I hate when they say that, you know.
Nintendo was the shit on the SNES days.
How do you think?
Like they had a lot of third party games.
Yeah, but you know, then how do you think the NES won? You know, Barry beat Sega. You can argue because they had great third party, Double Dragon, Russian Attack, Contra. Some of your greatest games that from back then.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Mega Man. You feel what I'm saying?
Some of the Nintendo's greatest, you know, games. Were not exclusive. I mean, they weren't Nintendo games. They were third-party games. Yeah. So I did think that's a big misconception to sit and say that you don't need third-party. Look at this year so far. 2014. What has come out for the Wii U? I think you had Donkey Kong. You had this amazing Spider-Man game. I don't know if I'm missing anything. But, you know...
I think Lego The Hobbit, something like that.
I don't even know what the fuck that is. But, you know, you haven't had...
Some Lego game.
Yeah, I'm just saying, there were so many, you know, but in compared to, like, the 360 or the PS3 or whatever the fuck, the Xbox or, you know... Not so, well, yeah, I'll play this, but both... Well, anytime you get a new console, you know, it's called growing pains. You get the first batch of games, then it's like a 5-month dry spell until the summer and E3 comes around. It's like, I remember the same thing with the 360 and the PS3. It found me buying games that I thought I never would have bought in my life, you know what I mean? Fucking Barbie's Horse Adventures, painting fences. Like, I just wanted something to play on my console, you know what I mean? But anyway, as I was saying though, like, E3, give me this, E3. What are you looking for from Nintendo? And how do you feel about, this is a two-part question, okay? How do you feel about Nintendo not taking the stage at E3? Because I'm going to say this, before you answer the question, a lot of these Nintendo fans flip to get mad at me. They are going to be at E3. You're just doing this shit for views. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. They're not taking the stage at E3. So stop being stupid. That's some fucking stinking fucking dirty Jamaican dude or some shit. It was like, and I'm not disrespecting Jamaicans, but this motherfucker had a nasty accent. He just looked very nasty, like a dastard coward or a dastard sinister character. He was looking fucked up. It was a Nintendo fan on steroids. He was just really fucking upset. But anyway, you know, when I say they're not going to be at E3, they're not taking the stage. How do you feel about that?
I was really disappointed, you know, because like I haven't watched E3 like for a long time, but I've watched like the previous 4 E3s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it was cool watching all three companies go on stage.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden now Nintendo's not going on stage; they're doing their own directs.
You know why?
You know why? Like
you know why, Peter?
Oh,
you know why?
It's really frustrating.
You know why? You know why they're not taking the stage at E3? Honestly, and I'm not trolling because they don't have enough content to fill up for 90 minutes. They don't have any third-party games really.
Well, that.
Yeah. You're gonna show. Listen, over 70% of the games they're showing, we already saw them already. We done saw Smash. We done saw Mario Kart. We done seen Bayonetta, whatever. We done seen all these goddamn games already, and they showing them again. Yeah, we've seen X. We've seen these games already, and they're showing them again. They don't have any really great They don't have any third-party support. You know what I mean?
Third party is dead for Nintendo.
It's important, you know what I mean? Like Bethesda said that Nintendo made the console for themselves. They didn't even consult with third party, you know what I mean, at all, you know. And I think, again, it's a big misconception to say that third party hates Nintendo. It's a business. No one cuts off their nose despite their face. EA, they try, you know, even though they did that leaked document or whatever the fuck or whatever came out that they wanted to put what do you call it, Origin on the Wii U or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, they got mad about the Crisis. They gave them fucking Need for Speed. They had the best version of Need for Speed on consoles, right? But no, this shit sold 20,000 units for the month. So can you really get mad at EA for not putting Crisis 3 on the Wii U? Why would they put Crisis on the Wii U when the Vita version of Call of Duty outsold the Wii U version? Now, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I do. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't in this community.
Yeah, I think they get to making excuses, and I just think it's some of this silly. Just keep it real, you guys. Again, you say you want third party support, but you don't go out there and support the third party. Look at Ubisoft was a big supporter of the Wii U. After Watch Dogs, I don't think the guys are going to see another game.
Yeah, I think the same thing also.
You're not getting the Assassin's Creed that's coming out. Like how could you really how could you really fault them?
Nintendo might not even get Call of Duty this time.
Yeah, the last Call of Duty sold like shit. The attach rate for the Wii U is horrible. Software rise. That's what I'm saying about Nintendo fans. They always wait. Oh wait, we got Smash. We got this around the corner. Everything's gonna turn around. Honestly, again, I think the damage may have been done as far as the Wii U. You know that you're going to buy this console for $300 and you're not going to have any third-party support. And like I said, to be fair, Nintendo, could have had, still okay relation with the third party if the fans maybe would have went out and supported a little better. But also, too, long as they supported the 360 and the PS3, the Wii U would have been fine. It wouldn't have had a problems until they started, using these next-generation engines. Unreal Engine 4, Snowdrop Engine, Infinity Engine, all that new shit, you know what I mean? Then it would have ran into a snag, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then would have ran into a snag,
I feel that the last generation, Nintendo got lucky.
Oh, they did.
I think it was a miracle that they sold 100 mil because there was a lot of games, they were trash, and I'm being honest.
Yo, you know what?
A lot of games were whack.
Yo. Nintendo was looking, and I remember I was talking about this when I first started doing my YouTube channel. I think, that Nintendo was looking to catch lightning in a bottle twice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What made the Wii so successful? Because it appealed to non-gamers. My grandmother owns a Wii. My grandmother church owns a Wii. Is my grandmother a gamer? My grandmother probably couldn't name one game that's on the Wii besides a little bowling or whatever the fuck they used to play with bingo and you know what I mean. And after that, it hit fucking it hit gold for them. But again, we dealing with numbers. They say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. The Wii has been in last place in sales since the Kinect and PlayStation Move came out. I'm not saying that the Move was dope, but it's the truth. And especially in North America, the Wii has been in last place in sales. Well, compared to the Kinect, since like you say, true motion controls came out, and again, it might be the same thing. Might have fucking turned around and bit Microsoft in ass because the original Kinect was so successful. They was banking on everybody going out to buy the Xbox One, and that was Don Matrix's fault. Everybody going out buying the Xbox One, and they thought everybody was going to buy the. Hold on. Oh yes, what? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. What do you want, Maya? Hold on. Make sure you hello, I think. You should be video bombing me. Wait! What do you want in here? What do you want? You put your I'm shooting the video. You don't have to go get some panties for your mom. Go get some panties. You don't have no panties. Go get panties. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry. And the same thing, it might have turned around a bit Microsoft in the ass because Don Matrix was thinking that thought that everybody go out and support buy the Xbox and not really had any software that really supported the Kinect unless you really get how you say perception is everything. You know what I mean? I get it. You certainly use the Kinect. It's dope shit. But that message got lost along the way. You know what I mean? As far as for the Xbox One, a lot of fans say the Kinect. We don't need the Kinect. But until you sit down and use the Kinect, really makes the fucking system. And what makes the Xbox different.
You guys need hands-on experience before y'all say anything. Y'all need to try.
Yeah, there you go. That message got. And like I said, I can give. People say I don't never, criticize Microsoft. And if there's one thing I can say that was wrong, the same thing Microsoft went in there with those Nintendo blinders on. That it's saying that everybody's going to buy the Xbox One because, especially in North America, because the Kinect was so successful. It was successful, but it had shit games, just like the Wii. You understand what I'm saying? My wife's sister owns a fucking Xbox 360 for the Kinect. Is she a gamer? You know what I mean? She got her Just Dance game and that shit. A victim of so success until you really sit down and use the Kinect. Especially if you're a gamer, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, I don't see them taking the Kinect out of the box because you have an operating system that you have the Xbox One has the OS, the Kinect has an OS, and you have an OS that ties them together. The 3 operating systems on the Xbox One. That's why I don't see them ever taking it really out the box. It makes the system hands down,
Yep, but then these people are gonna damage control and say, oh, but that's anti-consumer, whatever the word is. That's what people are gonna say in the comments. I bet.
How is it anti-consumerism when this is the product that they're made? Who the hell buys a cell phone without a camera? The Wii U tablet has a goddamn tablet. I mean, a camera. I'm sorry.
Camera. Yeah.
But I'm just until you, like I said, you use it. Like prime example. Here's the thing, Peter. I'm giving you some real shit here. I'm kind of interviewing myself here, but we're gonna share. This is gonna be our show today. We're just talking. We get a good show. We get a good feel for each other. Look, now the other day, as far as my Xbox One is this centerpiece of my entertainment in my home. Me and my wife, sometimes we do movies on the Friday, Saturday, and she said she likes Denzel Washington. That's her favorite actor. Baby, I want to watch something with Denzel. Something that you don't have already on DVD or Blu-ray. So you know what I said? I said the Xbox. I said Xbox, Bing. Denzel Washington. Gave me all the movies that Denzel Washington played in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You understand? It's little shit like that. My wife said, oh my God, that's awful. I didn't know we could do that. Now she in this motherfucker banging her asshole. And he can do that shit for anything. You know what I mean? Whether it be music. It may be a song or something she may not have heard in a long time. She'd be like Xbox music. Play SWV. How you say, give me a song by SWV. Human, relax your mind, whatever the fuck, that motherfucker bumping SWV just by using the motherfucking Kinect. Like, that shit really takes it to the next level, honestly.
You see, that's greatness right there. That is greatness.
I don't want to sound like some fucking rabbit fanboys in this call, but it's the truth, though. It takes it to the next level, though. So, here's the thing. Now, you're new. This is your first Microsoft console ever?
Second, I had the original Xbox.
Okay.
I didn't get to play the 360.
Okay. So you want to say, all right, since you the Xbox, okay. Now,
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to? Far as your purchase on the Xbox One, what are you looking forward to?
Titanfall,
Oh,
Sunset Overdrive.
all right.
Might get the Killer Instinct.
Oh, yeah.
Since you said
Download
it's
that.
$20,
Yeah, it's down. You can even if you don't have $20, you can just download the game, and
$20
it's
like
$20 for it's $40 for the first Killer Instinct and all this extra shit, but it's only $20 for all 8, 10 characters, arcade mode, and all that shit. But if you don't
yeah.
have any money, download the game to give you one character that you can play with through the beginning, take online, earn achievements and everything. You know what I mean? I don't know who that free character is. It used to be Jago, but I heard they switch it up every month.
I think it is Jago still.
Oh, one money was fucking Sabretooth. Microsoft got slick at that shit. They started switching the characters up because sometimes motherfuckers only play with Jago. Now, even if the case may be, you do have the option just to buy Jago for
Yeah.
$5 or whatever the fuck. You have that free character. They give you whatever the free characters, and you can just buy one character and have and take it to the next level. I'm really looking forward to season 2 because season 2 they're bringing back stage fatalities and everything.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. For season 2, they bring back stage fatalities and all, and you're gonna have access to the first roster too. Like you see me once you get to play it, and I can whoop your ass, pop shit through your ass on YouTube. And that's another thing.
Yeah.
Especially, listen here, bro. Look, you have a YouTube channel, bro. You gotta start fucking. You go to snap your game DVR on your front page, bro. It's probably a lot of shit you don't know what to do yet, but put your game DVR on the front page. Make it say 00. You can constantly keep recording for 5 minutes, and then you go to what you call Upload Studios. You go on. It's easy as hell. You can go up there, throw that shit together, and make a monster. I'm quite sure you done seen quite. I just did one recently with my Xbox, with the Xbox One. I fought Shit Stain 105, fucked him up, knocked him out and pissed in his mouth back in the day. And I fought another guy named Dead Shot Out, whooped his ass, I threw it up there, just have fun with it, But again, so E3, right? And I'm gonna ask you 3 more questions, we're gonna wrap it up. E3, you're looking for, what is your most anticipated game? It could be from Nintendo, it could be from Sony, it could be from anybody. It's E3.
Well, pretty much Smash Brothers. That's my favorite game to play. But I'm also looking forward, for Microsoft E3 also. Like I want to see more of Quantum Break.
Yeah, kind of.
More of Sunset Overdrive. Like that game. Like I just want that game. And well, for Sony, like I'm just gonna watch it, but I'm really not interested in nothing. That's how I feel about Sony. Oh wow. So like I said, guys, like Sony is just boring. Like the only thing that's keeping it popping is PlayStation Live. Like I'm just being real. PlayStation Live is all you have. And that's a damn shame. To spend $400 for PlayStation Live? Come on.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
I got you.
And indie games, like come on, how many indie games? Like I think it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like trailers of indie games.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I'm asking myself like, where are the exclusives? Where are the games? The AAA games. Like it's frustrating being a PS4 owner. Like I don't know how can a PS4 owner honestly come with a straight face and say that they're happy with the product. Like I don't get it. You must be an indie whore or something like that. That's the only way. Like.
All right. Well, I said enough of that. So all right, fuck it. All right. Oh, here it is. These are Nintendo questions. All right. No, I want to ask you. In all honesty, do you think Iwata needs to be fired?
Yes.
Why is
Nintendo needs a lot of change. Like they really need to grow out of their diapers, man. They still stuck in their diapers.
Damn.
Like I grew. Like I'm a man already.
You
I
know,
was a child.
you know what?
They still with Mario, and I'm a grown man still with Mario.
You know what?
Like they also need to get with the times with the online. You
There
feel
you
what I'm
go.
saying?
Yo, Peter, I've always said that I've grown up with.
They also need to stop being too strict.
Hey, yo,
Like they're too strict.
check it
You
out,
know,
Peter.
sometimes like oh
I
my
always
god.
say that Nintendo. I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown up with me. And again, I always felt like Nintendo needs to stop worrying about being there as a parent and just be. Well, you look at Mario Kart 8, how they don't have. They have game chat but no voice chat. You can only talk in the lobby.
The lobby,
But
yeah.
to your friends.
That was frustrating.
But
When
only.
when I found out about that, I was really pissed.
But only to your friends. How the fuck are you supposed to be able to meet friends if you can't talk to nobody?
Yeah.
That's the like I don't understand. Like Nintendo, I don't think they're really hurting their like. Here's the people that have grown up like the people that may have how I play this. The people with Nintendo fans, the Wii may have been their first console.
Hmm.
Nintendo was now losing that audience because
Oh,
people.
they lost it.
Yeah,
I think they lost that
yeah,
audience.
they're losing them because people want to play online. They want to play with their friends. They want to do the battlefield. They want to do all this different stuff, and they can't do it on the Wii. Not saying that you can't play Call of Duty online, but
Hmm.
again, there's not the same experience as you get on the Xbox One and the PS4. You know what I mean? It's not.
Hmm.
I don't care how you split it. Here's my last question for you, for our
Yeah.
Nintendo. Do you think they should be looking? Do you think they should just say fuck it? How you say chalk it up with the Wii U? And the reason why I say this again, and I want your opinion.
Yeah.
When I say maybe they'll announce a new console next year, E3 come out because you look at this month. I'm sorry, look at this year for February. I'm sorry, this year for in 2014 that I
Hmm.
know about maybe 2 or 3 retail games. You had no, I'm sorry, no, you had Spider Man, you had Donkey Kong, and something else. You know what I mean? Like I
Hmm.
said, you get exclusives every 7 to 8 weeks, 3 months, or whatever the case, but you get multiplats every fucking Tuesday. And when I say Nintendo just can't depend on their first party because what you're gonna have maybe 4 or 5 games from Nintendo. That's if they can churn them out because remember they said they didn't know was making HD games were so hard. They had a problem,
Yeah.
as far as time frame. So really, you're gonna have a console with maybe 3 or 6 games top for the year. Like, do you
Hmm.
think? I'm just being real. People say, well, they hurt themselves if they do that because their fans will
Yeah.
lose faith in them.
They
But
will
they
hurt
hurt. But
themselves.
they listen. But here's the thing: they're hurting themselves now because you have a console that's not selling any software.
Yeah, they Nintendo had like 350 something $1 million loss. They had a
No,
loss.
400,
They're losing a lot of money with the Wii U right now
450 million. It was like almost 500 million.
as we speak.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, if they was to like cut the Wii U, like I think that would kind of destroy Nintendo as a whole. I don't know, they just gotta try to make games faster. I don't know. They gotta reach to these developers. They gotta do something. Because if this continues, then I guess they won't have any choice but to make another console next year. I mean, I think it will depend on the sales from the games that are coming out this year.
Okay.
If this year I mean, this is what I would do if I'm Nintendo. Like, I'm sorry, but it has to be done. If Smash Brothers and Mario Kart don't sell a lot of
Hey,
units,
yo, we said this.
and if all those games that are coming out this year don't like sell Wii U's like hotcakes, they should just get rid of the system.
Hey, yeah, but we said this last year about Mario, right?
If
Yeah, but
if that happens.
we said this last year about Mario. Once Mario comes out, a true 3D Mario comes out. I mean, I think it was Trey. And once I said Trey, the Wii U launched with a Mario, but no, that wasn't a true 3D Mario. Now, once this true 3D Mario came out, it was the lowest selling sales of all time for a Mario game. I was looking like this. If Mario can help movie units, ain't nothing going to. That's just my opinion, man.
Yeah, I mean, if these games, because these are one of their biggest games, if these games don't move units, then they done. They should just give up. They should just quit. And that's in my opinion. You know, they should
Now,
really
hey
quit if
Peter,
they
now in
don't
fairness,
get it together.
it's going to move units. They're going to see a sales bump when the Mario Kart and the Smash Bros comes out, as it's only right. But it's continued to hold that momentum. The Wii U
Yeah,
the Wii U
they
came.
need They need to try to keep pumping games.
Yeah, but here's the
They
thing.
need to.
They can't even sell 100,000 units a month. Yeah, I'm just being real. They can't even sell
that sucks. Yeah, it's crazy when the Vita's outselling it, and the Vita is so-called irrelevant. You know, that's crazy.
It is what it is. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta do another one. Just my man Peter. I appreciate you, Peter, for coming by. Again, say something in closing. Like I said, thank you for coming by.
Sure, no problem.
You know what I mean?
Well, guys, sorry if I sounded a little biased, but I was really disappointed with the PS4. You know, the PS4 is really disappointing, and I recommend you guys to try the Connect. It's really an awesome device. You know, it makes the Xbox One a better experience. Right. You know.
Do you want to leave?
And yeah, you know.
I'm sorry. Do you want to leave your gamer tags so some of the people supporters of my channel can follow you or whatever and play with you?
Yeah. My gamer tag is PETER547. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I just made that joint up, man.
PETER34612. God damn. All right. But anyway, thank you guys for coming by. This guy's a clown. Thank you guys for coming about, man. You know, yeah. This conversation took on a life of its own, but it is what it is. It's some harsh undertones.
Oh, and another thing, for y'all people, stop getting on Zaire over the stupid 12. You know, the collapse thing. That's just stupid. Like, get it over with. If the man want to show his $12,000 PC, he shows it. If not, y'all shouldn't worry about that.
Hey, they said I can't afford it. But anyway, it's your boy.
After seeing 20 tablets, like, come on, that's enough right there.
Yeah, you know. But anyway, hey, Peter, it's all gravy, baby. You know. But I appreciate it, man. You coming by, taking my channel. Like I said, I'm gonna leave a link to his YouTube channel, and you guys can hit him up on Xbox Live. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yo, thank you for inviting me, man.
No problem.